before he starts, like we said, he's a gentleman who has a lot of money, sometimes to give out. And he loves people with ideas, right? I know some of us here can testify. So what we are going to do, as usual, as we are introducing, we do a power pitch. We are going to only use 30 seconds for each person, okay? We do a quick round, I think to be like 3 minutes, and then we shall be done. Tell us who you are, what you do, and probably what you want. 30 seconds, okay? If you do not have what you do, if you don't have any idea, it's also still okay. It's very fine. Yes. You can tell us your area of interest and why you are here.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Mbarara, and I'm a co-founder at Torino Company Limited, and we are a property management company. We are still a startup, but we are coming up. And also this year, we'll be working on a project that deals in turning biodegradable waste into fertilizer, use biodegradable items into high quality fertilizers for the agriculturalists. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm Wes, and I'm a computer scientist. I'm majorly building the AI that is going to take away your jobs and also destroy your startups. So, yeah.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Emily Msimenta. I'm a poultry farmer dealing in layers, broilers. In case you need chicken, I'm the right person for you. But then I am also an innovator dealing in value addition of avocado. We make beauty products from avocado. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dixon Ndaye. I'm a student at MUST, doing a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture and Livelihood. I'm an innovator. I have a team, and together we are developing an organic acaricide. We are at a prototype stage, and we want to do a chemical analysis, laboratory chemical analysis. We have not gone out into the market, and Dr. Medard, being the man with the bag, you could be pleased to help us and do the chemical analysis and then move from the prototype stage to product stage. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Ishimwe Diane. I'm a postgraduate student at MUST. I have so many ideas in my mind that I'm trying to put down. One of them is powered by a challenge I got as a student while going to Chumuro to attend classes. And I thought of having maybe an app that can connect passengers for like a couple, different students who don't drive, to a driver, and then they are able to have their classes in Chumuro, or those who are coming back from Chumuro to town campus. So if I have an app that students can reach out through the app and they are able to be assigned different drivers, maybe females want to use one car to class, that could also something that can ease transport. And then another one is a women's group, where we already started a group as ladies, where we save money every month and we are able to buy land cheaply as a group. And then in the future, the land can appreciate and we are able to sell it and get more profit. Thank you so much.
But one thing I've appreciated in Mbarara, people have good campaign songs. Like we always have some good vibe. You can, but please be your people, because.
Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year. My name is Abby Iwazue. I'm an accountant and a social entrepreneur. I'm a founder of Home of Africa Craft Shop, a company that empowers young girls and women through making and selling of African products. At Home of Africa, we believe in the power of partnerships and collaborations,
and we actively engage with the organizations and the community to make an impactful change in the community. So any partnerships, any funders, any sponsors, you're highly welcome. Thank you.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm Ezekiel Arho. I'm also I'm an accountant, and I'm also pursuing CPA. Yeah, I just finished level 2, and I'm passionate about turning waste products into something that is useful. We have been working on making charcoal briquettes. Hope you know them. Charcoal briquettes. Yes, yes, and we are still thinking on how we can turn those wastes into something that is productive. So you talked about what you want. That we talk about what we want. I would like have more team members on developing it, and also any fund facilitate it. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm called Geronimo Amanya. I'm the sole developer and startup founder for Placement Bridge, which is a job placement bridge. It's a job engine, I can say. You don't have to go to LinkedIn or Brighter Monday to look for what is new. It's supposed to be automated. So that's what I'm on now. It's already live, only that I'm still working on improvements, automation, and that. But it's already working. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. My name is Filda Abuno. I am an agriculture scientist. I'm currently working as a project officer at Center for Research Uptake. And I'm also a founder of an initiative. It's a social, I think, enterprise, if that's what you call it, but a non-profit. It's called Next Roots Initiative, where we are doing early career guidance to students to explore more career paths within the agricultural sector. And also the other arm of the initiative is to work with communities and farmers in terms of financial literacy. How can they be profitable? How do they access research that is in their field and better their produce and growth? And I'm excited to be here because that's my mentor and boss. You're going to speak, yes? So, yes. So I hope that we can all learn something that will change the trajectory of our 2026. Thank you.
Happy New Year, everyone, and good to see you. My name is Dennis Arishirza. I am the manager of the Innovative Sustainable Organic Farming Techniques of MAST under CITT. That's iSoft. Yes, it's hosted in Chumro campus. Our chief guest is my boss and mentor as well, and I'm his personal assistant. You're most welcome, sir.
Sorry about the disruption. So yeah, I am Sankara Biarhanga. We founded or created what we call SIBO. I'm not sure if anyone has used it in Mbarara. It's not just an e-commerce platform. Think of it, you buying a cup of coffee, and from whatever you have spent, there is a certain fee that is added to your medical insurance. Just think of it that she took her coffee, but in some years to come, this coffee contributed to her medical insurance. Just think about that. You must have heard that in Uganda and Africa and at large, you're just one bill away or one medical bill away from being broke. And so SIBO has incorporated in a function that
from each order you make, there's a percentage that you get accredited to your medical insurance. Otherwise, it's just like a Glovo of Mbarara. In case you've not installed it, I would request that you actually install it. I am here equally to listen from the big man that I believe we have a lot to learn from him, and I'm glad for whoever started this. So very happy to be joining you this evening. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Abenito Ian. I build voice agents that help with dealing with customer inquiries, customer care. I also build agentic workflows that help reduce the clutter as you're working. I'm happy to be here.
Hello everyone, I'm Masum Tanakalema, founder and CEO of Hatchright. Hatchright is an innovative startup here in Mbarara, and we deal in manufacturing poultry products, for example, egg incubators and brooding systems. Yeah, and also Hatchright is a social enterprise whereby we work with communities directly through using our products. We empower people through job creation, trainings, and improving livelihoods. Yes. Yes.
Yes, good evening everyone. Yeah, I'm called Mutiawa Ronald. I'm an innovator. I'm working on a product called Acomas. It is indicated for joint pains and it's a herbal formulation, proved to be safe and effective. Thank you.
Good evening everyone. My name is Osen Muntu. I'm a tech innovator and a software developer. Thank you.
Good evening everyone. My name is Tumwes Jahabat. I'm a biomedical engineer and a pharmacist at the same time. I'm the CEO of Amahoro Pharmaceuticals. We have come up with a lactation syrup that supports breastfeeding mothers who fail to produce enough breast milk, more especially those who undergo cesarean section and some who have nutritional issues. Then another thing, I'm also passionate about medical device development. We have developed an AI models for TB diagnosis, cervical cancer diagnosis, and breast cancer diagnosis. This week, I've been in a boot camp for entrepreneurs, and one of the challenges that we tried to get was that most innovators, mostly who are around campus, universities, for example, they come up with products, but they end up in the lab, they don't penetrate the market. So we've made a team, and we are coming up with a platform that will bridge this gap and help to sell and market their products from the lab to the community, such that remember, this funding we normally get from CITT, we normally get from STI, is taxpayers' money. So if you innovate something and it stops in the lab, that means my grandmom, my granddad in the village has not benefited from the taxpayers' money. So we are trying to bridge this gap. We are going to bridge this gap to make sure that the taxpayers' money is utilized and everyone who contributes it benefits from it. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mbarara Ezra. I'm a software engineer, but I'm majoring in web development for now. So as much as I'm not going to get your money, I want money from all these people because I want to make websites for your ventures. If you don't have online presence, you can talk to me and we see how we can put you on the web. Then I work at Blue Clinics. We provide reproductive health care for women and girls. Thank you.
Great. Good evening, everyone. I'm Edgar Mtungsa. I can tell that most of us here are in the bracket where the parents are building tiring homes, right? So in case they want the best grade tiles or some pavers, blocks, and all those things, those you can contact me. I do. And also our chief guest, when developing some new apartments for people of Mbarara, you could get to me so that I can also give you the materials you use. Beyond that, I do found something called PAL Holdings. Currently, we're into finance. So also those who need money at some good rates, not the Kafuna rates, kind of. We do give that. Thank you. Yeah, by training, I'm a petroleum engineer. I also do grant writing a lot. Some of the things I do in the energy world, I do with grant writing. I think I'm I'm not that bad because I've so far written grants up to a volume of 3 million US dollars. The ones, yeah.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I would like to start by welcoming each one of us here to the first edition of the Entrepreneurs Launch 2026. And I'm glad to see the new faces that really turned up since it's a new year. So my name is Emmanuel Maleka Simba, and I'm an Arsenal fan by sports. By profession, I'm a pharmaceutical scientist and pharmaceutical analyst, and an innovator in the pharmaceutical sector. A matter of fact, this is one of my innovations. It's called Hillcoff DS that recently just got NDA approval. And I'm so glad to be here to enjoy being with you people and sharing ideas. I hope we have a good time exchanging ideas, forging connections and partnerships so that we can build better ventures moving forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. My name is Eliud Cherangat. I'm a pharmaceutical scientist and I'm doing a master's in pharmaceutical analysis. On the issue of innovation, first I'm an athlete. And what we are doing is we have a water designed specifically for athletes. So we have a variety of sports categories that I normally carry it as an identity for myself.
Yeah, you have not talked about recently. You have recently.
Thank you so much. So recently, we were part of the CITT team who were being trained, and on the last day of the training, we pitched the ideas, and the good thing, we won. They gave us money. Yeah, they gave us money to improve on the product. So we are on the phase of making it better and making it better. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome yet again to another edition, the first edition of the Entrepreneurs Launch. We are so happy to have you here once again. It's always an honor to be with you, and the guest we have today is a person we all look up to. At least I've been there, I've seen him work, and it's just really amazing. When this year was starting, I've told some people here already, the thing I asked God for, you know, when I left Mbarara and I went back to the village in Lugazi, Buyukwe, for those of you who know it, I met a friend we studied with. He had 3 children, old children. I'm not very old. I've just finished campus. But this guy had children, he had a wife, and he had settled with life. Had a conversation with him, a serious one, like 2 hours, when we are talking about life, about our goals, about what we should focus on. And I realized that his perspective of the world is wonderful. He is, I don't know how to put it, but he had relaxed. He had understood that the world is not for the taking. He had cooled down, he settled. He understands that there is a need to make money as much as they can, but he realized that life is more than that. Sometimes you have to talk to people, to listen, and move on with whatever minimalistic kind of nature you want. And it made me realize that as people, we have different things we want in life. I respected that. He also respected me. Actually, he told me I live a crazy life, chasing this, chasing this, chasing this. Said, when do you set, when do you enjoy and love life? So when I was praying to God, I said, in my life, when I'm chasing different things, one of the things I want to do is to have meaningful conversations with people, to understand more about them and what they are doing. And the Entrepreneurs Lounge is giving me this, to talk to serious people like him and you guys, of course. And so it's just amazing. And Dr. Medard here is the director of CITT, the Center for Innovation and Technological Transfer at MUST. I won money from there also. And we're also improving on our product. I'm a founder of Eden. Eden is a bioplastic company. We are trying one day, probably 5 or 10 years from now. Okay, that is a bit overshooting, but you want to replace each and every plastic with a product which degrades. Okay? So we are trying to do that, and that is our big goal. That is our mission. We hope that we can be able to change the narrative about plastic and sustainability. The other thing, of course, I've done very many things, but I'm also the co-founder of the Entrepreneurs Lounge. We realized we wanted to talk more to people. We wanted to see what you guys... It always feels good when we talk with people, we have something in common, right? When someone is pitching their idea, when they're all talking about products, what they are doing. And I'm glad that the people we started with are still with us, and we keep on getting new members. We always limit people because of the space, and we hope that we can actually be able to go on forward. I don't know if your microphone is on. Malika removed it. Yeah. So I think it can be on now. So I've introduced Dr. Medard. Most of you know him. And because of time, we are going to do like this. I'm going to add very many questions, but I'll ask 1.5 questions. Emma, I think, will ask 1 question. Okay. 2 questions. Okay, 2 questions, but brief. And then we shall give 4 people a chance. Of course, these are reflective questions, not just a yes or no, but they will encompass each and everything. But before I ask the question, Dr. Medard, you are welcome. And you can probably tell us, what do you think when you look at us here?
Thank you very much, my friend Victor. I would like to respond to that question by looking at what my Indian friend used to say. He knew 2 words in English. One of them was, when I see you, I'm happy. The second one was, things don't happen, we happen them. So when I see you here, I reflect on those 2 statements, and I would like to appreciate your presence. I can see the world getting better with these great brains that are in front of me. From your introductions, I noticed that something is yet to happen in the industry 4+. Because when I started looking around and the ideas that were coming up, there is no empty mind here. These are full profiled minds that, if they are nurtured, this country will not remain the same as it is, but will realize a knowledge-based economy. That's what I see in front of me.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. That's really nice. That's really very wonderful, and I think we should take it at heart. Now, for my first question, you know, I was there thinking, and I was wondering, how did I end up here? How did I end up an innovator? When I came to MUST, I was a very confused person. For some of the people who saw me in my first year, Edgar did. I was a very confused person. I found Edgar when he was preparing to stand for good president. And for no reason, I said, I'm against this man. You know, I was into politics. I was everywhere doing this and that. And one of the things that really changed me was I overheard a conversation between my dean, that was Dr. Jones, and the deputy dean, Dr. Dennis Bossa, was my mentor. I overheard the conversation with them, and we were talking about materials. They said the world needed new materials, and most importantly, the president was willing to give money for it. So I was like, okay. I was working in the, for those of you who know Chumro, in the labs. So I was working as I was hearing. After that, I started thinking about the possible materials I could make. And luckily, those days I used to stay with Professor Joel Bazira. For those of you who know him. And I remember it was because he had a lab, the microbiology lab, where I could do I could do all the work, the chemicals, everything. I was able to come up with a proof of concept of the biomaterial we are trying to make. So if you look at that, and of course later on CITT came, there was a call, I went for it, we didn't win, we actually chased away, we had no idea what we are doing. It was tough for us, but we grew in the process. We then applied for other things like the gym league. We won the Total Energy Startup, very many things that have happened with Eden. But when I look back, it was that moment that there were people, you know, there were people, and I was lucky, that's what I would say, to have overheard that conversation. Dr. Medard, when a student joins the university, what do you think they should do to end up in such a circle? Because if you look at it, it's not easy. Like, you guys are lucky. I would say that a university can have over 20,000 students, like Makere, even 7,000 students, and they will never even think about it, that with just an idea, you can get 20 million Ugandan shillings, and they live as they are. So you are lucky to be in this space. So my question to him is, how can a student enter such a space when it's not just being lucky? What factors control that?
Yeah, thank you very much, Victor, and also these brilliant minds that are here with me. Actually, I see this platform and commend it for the initiators, Maleka and Victor, for creating this. Thank you very much.
Guys, clap for us. Give us flowers.
Yes. And for you that always come, you are the great yardsticks for this country. I want to mention just briefly about me, then I come to the question. Victor has introduced me, but in line with his question, my first interface with innovation was in 2005. But that doesn't mean that I'm an old man. I'm a very young man, still kicking. But that is when I started a school without money. But through innovation, I believed that it would grow. And that is Uphill College. And it has indeed grown after many years. The other part of interface with innovation is when Professor Kayanja, our former Vice Chancellor, asked me to join the Institute of Tropical Forest Conservation in Bwindi and start there a department that had never been there, the socio-ecological department. And I had just finished my master's. That's when I went and innovated a model that is premised on integration of culture, nature, and livelihood. And then we started what we call the Bwindi Batra Forest Experience, which is a business tourism avenue. As part of the initiatives I did, and then 2018, there wasn't anything called CITT or any innovation space that young people could be entertained, or any platform like that. Actually, I don't know if it is Sankara one time was saying, if now was our time, would have been better. I don't remember if it is you, Sankara. But that time, they didn't have something like that. An avenue where you can think, ideate, co-create, innovate, and commercialize. Nothing. So I am the founder of the Center for Innovation and Technology Transfer, together with Dr. Data Santorino and Professor Nixon Kamkam. So we wrote that concept, and then we had the center established. And to me, that was the initial milestone launch for the innovation, a stronger innovation ecosystem in Mbarara University of Science and Technology. Because through that launch, I first worked as the deputy director up to 2022. And then I was appointed director in 2022, replacing Dr. Data Santorino, who was my director at that time. So the innovation space at MUST is now stronger.
Yes, I agree.
And through that, we've been able to create what you see now, create innovation labs, certify Mbarara University Innovation Space as a technology and innovation support center for World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO and URSB, and also certify it as a skilling assessment center for the former Directorate of Industrial Training, now UVTAB, Uganda Vocational and Technical Assessment Board. And then through that, we're able to support by initiating what we call the innovation pathway, that I'm now coming in to answer the question that Victor has asked. And then that has brought in very many young people. About 38 projects have been supported. In 2022, I led a team and we went to lobby for the research and innovation funding, because MUST had not been getting any innovation funds from the government of Uganda. That's when we started getting some money, initially 1 billion Uganda shillings, but 30% coming to innovation and 70% going to research, basic research. And that 30%, we made sure that you who are here and some who are not here directly get about 85% of that budget to the innovation funding. And that's when we have 38 projects funded.
Mine inclusive.
Yours inclusive, and the new entrants on that model. Last year, July 2024, I also led a team to start the MUST Holdings company. Because the challenge we had, we would do innovations, but these innovations stay on the shelves. So how would we handle that? Is to create a commercial arm of the university, which is a business arm of MUST. And council mandated us to push this forward and enable it get to fruition. So on July 5th, 2024, we registered the Mbarara University of Science and Technology MUST Holdings Company Limited, which is now incorporated in the Uganda Registration Services Bureau. So bottom line, the space is growing. We are now coordinating 9 hubs, innovation hubs that are doing well. We have the products that have moved to the center stage. We've had many innovators winning international grants. Some of you are here, and national grants.
Me inclusive.
There are many who have traveled through capacity development to different countries. And these guys on this table, I don't know the trick they make, but they have almost seen most of the countries that you can talk about.
Yes.
And I attribute that to the stronger innovation ecosystem. We now have an innovation co-creation space, which has a state-of-art machinery through some projects that we have carefully put down our heads and won. One of them is the UCOBS project, which has supported the innovation co-creation space by putting in equipment that you can use to support your innovation journey, to fabricate, to prototype. We have 3D printers, 3D scanners. These are equipment that you cannot easily get in southwestern Uganda. Laser cutters. So we have very many equipment that you can think about. Of course, we are still improving it, but I'm giving you a picture of how we were and how we are now, and how the journey is fulfilling for you to come to this space. So, how can a student who has just joined find him or herself on such a table? That was Victor's question. And I want to appreciate the young man that was, I don't know whether he's still here, near Dennis. Yeah. He's a first-year student. And he shocked us with his innovation. So it starts from the passion. It comes back to the enabling environment. It comes to your resilience. It comes to your interest to join a team that is a winning team. Because you can imagine what other youth are doing right now. Think about it. Where are they? But you are the lucky ones. Because you have the passion, you have the enthusiasm, you have the resilience, you are committed to this journey. That's why you're here. So, each one of us, especially those from Mbarara University of Science and Technology, have come through that rigorous refinement, that they didn't tire. They kept on moving. They didn't give up. I saw my friend Ronald Mutiaba, Athomas. I don't know how many times Athomas has appeared in the innovation space competing for a grant. But each time, the winning is always postponed.
Yes.
And I'm very sure that one day, because I saw Athomas was almost taking it at this material time of the winning.
Yes.
So I'm very sure that at a material time, Athomas is going to win the grant. And many other grants.
And here we always proclaim.
Yes, we proclaim.
We proclaim in the name of who?
Jesus.
In the name of
that
Jesus.
Athomas is going to win.
Athomas is
Yes.
one of the main pain points for me, having seen a team that is coming committed to participating in several trainings, not giving up, but then coming up with that resilience and building up to get to the training that then brings us this table, which has actually very many advantages. Beyond knowledge generation, I can see quite beautiful young ladies, handsome young men,
that is true,
that can actually get into man and wife from here. So the platform is actually not only giving the opportunity for entrepreneurship development, but I can see many, many material gains that can come from this table. So for you to find yourself here, many connections, many partnerships, for you to find yourself here, you need one, to start with a very strong passion and focus on where you want to be. Where do I want to be? And then when you decide to walk that journey, be resilient, because the journey is not straight. There are many hurdles that you're going to meet on the way. If you look at many innovators, whether here in Uganda or abroad, and actually many years ago, they have been built on passion, resilience, hard work, commitment, and aiming at a certain end, not the means, but a certain end. And once they arrive there, they celebrate. So I can see that happening on this table through that kind of trajectory. And those that I can identify their faces, our innovation pathways start from the bold ideas identification, just crazy ideas, thinking through them, and then those ideas are refined into prototypes or proofs of concepts. Once you have the prototype, then you move the stage of the product. Then from the product, you can commercialize it. You make a business. And from a business, you make an impact. So that's the journey that make you get to this table, whether at each stage of what I've explained, as long as those entanglements of passion, resilience, focus, hard work, and having an end that you're looking at.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Yes, so thank you so much for that. And maybe as you're finishing, you talk about the university as an enabler, because that's, I'm sure, a very important thing. Like, and you have touched about it like 85% with what CITT is doing. But I want to shift gears to the mental models that you think entrepreneurs and innovators need to survive in this world, because this world is really full of, I remember talking to Emma one day and was saying that rejections, they're still paying a bit, but they are normal. It is something you expect to come. You expect to have rejections, and then they will come. In the last, can you imagine, a friend of mine told me that they got a rejection on Christmas Day. On Christmas. Why would the person send a rejection on Christmas? But I mean, they do happen. And so the strength of your mind to think about such things, but also other mental models. In a way, I once attended a training, and we were talking about a father and a son who, I think in the US or the UK, your friends, and they always had this thing they called the war room. Yeah. So at night they would go and say, we have to come up with ideas and execute this, you know? Yeah. So what ways of thinking, or how should entrepreneurs and innovators think about what should be our perceptions about things? That is number one. And then still in the same question, what habits should each and every entrepreneur try to develop or build so that they can actually one day reach a stage like you or Sankara or other, you know, I'm saying Sankara because he's a serious man, and very many other innovators that have really made it up in life.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to acknowledge that in line with, if you want to be where you have to be in the current world of entrepreneurship, of course backed by innovation, you have to first of all analyze the market needs. Because I always find the challenge when young people are spending a lot of time on something that is not working, that is not going to be adopted, that is not going to be taken. Remember, your time is variable. Your time is a precious resource. So we must use it well. So one of the techniques is to map the trends, the market trends, and the problems that society is feeling a lot of pain about. Now, when I just scan through quickly, I can see how the world is moving into a space that requires solutions, one in artificial intelligence and digital transformation. So you are not going to have a problem, or you will have less problems if they have to happen, if you move that direction. Number two, advanced health technologies. Advanced. Because we have an aging population. That's why nowadays we are talking about things that can address. I think you've heard about personalized treatment. Many people don't want to go to hospital. They want to treat themselves from home. We are talking about genomic research. We are talking about precision health. We are talking about many things in health that are advanced, even integration of AI in health. So I'm trying to explain the point of mapping the market to start from there and the problems in society. We are talking about climate change, climate smart approaches that are very instrumental in addressing the growing food insecurity that we might not actually imagine of in the next 20 years. We are talking about clean energy. These are areas that are globally highly demanded. We are talking about sustainability in terms of farming, in terms of agriculture, in terms of livelihood. Sustainability. Are we thinking in those lines? We are talking about basic service delivery that does not require a lot of traditionalism, where we've always based on traditional models. The traditional models are getting out-fashioned, that we must think creatively in addressing those challenges. So when we talk about green energy or clean energy, then we are talking about lessening greenhouse emissions, decarbonization. All these are debates. Because when you look at the energy that we take in, it's not good energy. The breath, the air that we get, it's not clean energy. The water system is grailing because there are lots of bad water. The water waste treatment approaches, they are not very sufficient. Open your tap and see what is happening. The kind of water that comes. I think I told some of you who participated in some of the trainings that one of the innovators came and wanted to be an entrepreneur by creating more water, turning urine to make it water so that there is abundance of water. And the question was, I first asked the question, where are you going to get the urine? And I don't know if that innovator is here, please forgive me. But he said, we are going to put tanks on all hostels. I don't know if Victor, you were there.
I think I was there.
I think you were there. Then, and he said, I kept on asking because it was very intriguing. So what mode are you going to use? How will you convince people to put this urine in the tank? And then he said, we are trying to get some collaboration and partnerships with hostel owners so that we collect this urine and transform it into clean water. I said the problem is not water. The problem is clean water. Can we start from the water that we have
To make it
to
pure.
make it clean, to make it pure,
Pure and refined.
and refined, and recycle it? So it comes back and we use it. We have a lot of wastewater. And when you look at the trend of wastewater management, I'm an environmentalist, I'm an environmental scientist. So when you look at the trend of wastewater management, there are even innovative best principles that we can start with. You know, what we call primary water treatment, primary wastewater treatment. You don't need to involve many things. There is no much rocket science. You just need to make sure that you have the huge materials floating on top, and then the lesser ones will go down. Then you have secondary, all these processes. You know, where you talk about sedimentation and all that. Then you move to the final one, the tertiary stage, where you're talking about chlorinization, using chlorine to treat this water and make it more cleaner and cleaner. So there are lots of avenues that we can contribute to. So Victor, we need to start from the market needs. The moment we miss out that, our journey is not going to be fulfilling because we are missing out. I always say that what is important may not necessarily be urgent. What is urgent may not necessarily be important. But you need to match the urgency and importance and then get what you want.
Okay.
So that's a very important niche. Number two, most innovators, if they want to be where we are or above where we are, because the sky is no longer the limit.
It's not even there.
Yeah, people have moved to the space. So you have to start from the problem, not the solution. We always create that mistake. I have a solution, I'm looking for a problem where to fit it. I have a solution already, but I want to fit it in a problem.
It's a common scenario.
It's a common scenario, and it's a struggle. It strains. It has to strain you because it's not feasible. You're working with something that is not feasible. Okay? It's like when I have a glass and I want to put these glasses that are not very standard. I want to put hot water there. You know it has to break if you don't become so careful. So we have a challenge where you have bought a shoe, you know your size is 44, but you have bought a shoe of 38 size, and you want to fit in. What happens? Either you develop some other medical challenges, or you end up not using the shoe. So that analogy takes us the problem to solution model. Let's not lie ourselves that we start with solutions and get. Then we ought to be resilient.
Yes.
Especially in higher education institutions. I know, even when I was in high school, when I was at university for my first degree, my passion was to find a job.
Most of us.
So most of you, that is the dichotomy. That is your thinking. I want a job. And I want it right there and then. Even when you come to the interviews, you want the job. You want to grab it and take it. You're not patient enough with your ideas that can actually take you to a huge mile that can celebrate success. Some of us give up very quickly. Very quickly. There's a team I recollected in Kampala, a team of engineers. They had escaped from MUST. I think she knows the team. We had the team with Assumpta in Kampala. This team is doing well. But guess, these were engineers. They had just finished their university in FAST.
From Mbarara University.
Mbarara University of Science and Technology.
Oh.
You know, when we are there and some other people from Makerere want to associate with us because of what we've done. But these are the guys I'm talking about. They finished electrical and electronics engineering.
I know the team now.
You know the team. Now, the young men, I meet them in Kampala together with Keith, who had done biomedical engineering.
Keith Kwagara.
Kwagara. I meet them at Protea and say, what are you doing? They were all holding catch envelopes, well dressed. I said, where are you coming from? We have been moving looking for jobs. Okay. Did you get them? No, we didn't get them. What happened? They told us that we have to have certified documents and now we have to go back to my university, but we are not sure whether we're going to get this job. Then I say, okay, don't I remember you with a very good idea of the smart cocoa brooder system? Yes. Say, yeah, we are the ones. We said, okay, where did it end? We have just dropped it. Because we want jobs.
Like
one of them
abandoned it.
Abandoned it. One of them had actually gotten a job that was paying them 550,000 Uganda shillings.
That's a lot of money.
And he was inspiring others that actually they have to move that direction. And I said, this nonsense must stop. That's the word I used. I said, this nonsense must stop.
Nonsense must stop.
You must catch up with your mind. You have lost your mind. Catch up with your mind. So we made an appointment to come and meet here at CITT. They came, we met. I took them through the process, like we are discussing. To cut the story short, these young people have had many other awards won. We're together with Assumpta, right? And they were the overall winner and the first runner at the recent Ayute Challenge of 2025.
Oh, guys, a round of applause. It's not easy.
I think most of you left the Ayute Challenge.
Because it was serious.
It was serious.
I know some people were in the Ayute Challenge and they were in the first stages, but still you can clap. No problem.
Now, I think the first one got 50 million, the other one got 35. We celebrated and took photos. But more to that, their smart cuckoo brooder system has now caught fire, like the talk of these days. Naro in Kampala, Mukono, has asked them to submit a proposal to supply about 50 farmers.
The National
Agricultural Research Organization. They have installed quite a number of these systems. The smart cuckoo brooder system reduces mortality in poultry farms, and it creates the temperature that should be given when you use firewood and charcoal. But you can also monitor it on your phone. And now they are moving towards, I've been close to them, towards having the solar powered system that rural farmers can actually use. But more importantly, how you can regulate the temperatures on your phone so that you don't have to wake up many times. It's a very nice system. It has a future. Give them 10 years, they are going to be millionaires and billionaires.
Oh, that's the goal.
I'm telling you, because I saw one of them, the team leader, he has added about 10 kgs.
in appearance.
Like 15. You can attest to that in a short period of time. And I asked him, what is the trick? He said, we are getting money.
Life is good.
Life is good. And I said, what? Life is good. The other one was also gaining about 3 kgs. And these guys, don't be worried. And this is one of the many stories that we've had a discussion like this. Just be resilient. Drop the nonsense of quitting what is very important and then moving to get lesser gains in the name of quick gains. And at the end of the day, you drop it permanently. Because when an idea is shelved, it's very hard to pick it up.
Because times are moving, I mean.
Times are moving. And someone else, because now you are unlucky that you pitch at different facets because you want money. So it's no longer about the big fish, it's the quick fish.
The fast fish.
The fast fish.
Yeah.
That will look at that idea and quickly snatch it and take it forward. It's in Kenya, it's being used. These guys are being awarded a lot and lots of money.
Okay.
So resilience, problem solution,
Yes.
market-driven research and innovation. There are many, many other things, but these are top-notch. I can add one more because of time. That we need to work closely and bridge the gap between academia and industry. That nexus is very important. Now that's what we are working on as CITT, as Mbarara University, to see how to bring the university to the industry and the industry to the university. We are negotiating with the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation to establish an agro science and technology park in Chumru.
Oh, there is a round of applause for that.
We have already made a presentation to top management, but we have also been in discussion that Mbarara University can host this regional agro-science and technology park. And I don't see us failing to achieve that.
Because we have the capacity.
Because we have the capacity, we have proven the concept. I can see the stars are already lined up that we can actually get it.
Yeah. Okay.
So this will be one of the groundbreaking with our new Faculty of Agriculture, Veterinary Sciences and Environment. Then we have a way to go and prove that we are a University of Science and Technology.
Okay.
So keep moving. Don't give up.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Keep
Let's
moving.
move on. Let's move on. We can make it.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Dr. Medard Twinamatsiko. You've talked about a very critical issue of bridging the gap between academia and industry. And matter of fact, one of our previous guest speakers who just sat in the opposition emphasized the same issue because it is very critical and important. So as you may realize, we innovate to maybe commercialize and generate profit and income. But then from my observation, I have a case scenario. I have a colleague who has a very good idea, and I'll not mention their name because he might be known to some of the people here, but for them, they prefer to stay intentionally. I should use the word intentionally in quotes, to stay in the prototyping stage. Because the idea is so nice, but they are targeting grants, different awarding ventures for their own interests. I don't know if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you.
So they don't want to upgrade to an MVP and maybe to commercialize later, because that would mean they would stop getting these grants.
Yeah.
So for So for them, they are like, yeah, that term you've just used. Yes, grant. Yeah. So the point is, they prefer being in that stage intentionally. Much as we know that some people stay there due to some other factors that are hindering them to getting out of that phase.
Yeah.
But for them, they want to make money. Their goal is not to drive impact or actually see the innovation, reach markets and commercialize. So what would be your advice to such a person? Because personally, I felt that he's not doing it the right way, much as is my colleague. I keep telling him, but he's always moving from different platforms to the other, looking for those grants. But they are doing them for their own interests. Because when they get the money, they put it in a business, but not for the interest of the innovation to which the money is being awarded for. So what would be you as the director of the Center for Innovation and Technology Transfer at Mbarara University of Science and Technology, what will be your take and advice to such a person?
It's interesting on what Maleka has brought on board, which is a common practice. It reminded me during the time I was doing my PhD, we had other colleagues we started with, and they didn't want to finish. Because the PhD project was very lucrative. They didn't want to finish.
They didn't want to leave the system.
They didn't want to leave the system. So they kept on, looking for grants. They are almost reaching the end. They go back and sit for more other years, but they get more money because the PhD project has become a lucrative business. So we have those grantpreneurs. They don't want to get through the rocket of moving to an MVP and getting to the final business development. First of all, they are wasting their time.
Yeah.
And they are also wasting their brain. Because I want to tell you, any innovation that is not commercialized is a dead innovation.
Say that again.
Any innovation that is not commercialized is a dead innovation. You can't celebrate it. Because the whole intention of the innovator is to make money. That's the main intention, especially in a monetarized economy, where we are looking at a knowledge-based economy, to use your mind. And actually, nationally and internationally, even when you look at the Global Innovation Index for different countries, they are moving towards building their GDP based on a knowledge-based economy, contributing to over 75%.
3/4.
3/4 of the economy. Look at the case scenarios of United States of America. It's the leading venture capital developer globally, better than China. How did it happen? Because they have invested a lot in knowledge economy. Turn these brains into Maleka going into the lab and is able to generate a product. Sankara can move around and use his platform and then get a SIBO app. It goes on the market, it makes money, it pays taxes, he gets money in the pocket, he's able to meet other obligations as a family, but also the knowledge is helping the economy to grow. I'm also an innovator. I've told you my history. I'm currently leading the iSoft innovation.
Very good innovation.
Which is a 3-in-1 organic fertilizer, which has never happened in this country.
Guys, a round of applause.
Give us.
Our guest speaker is.
Yeah, because we have combined.
It has won.
It has won some awards, and it is now moving towards launching it on the market. We are moving to that direction. We have combined 3 nutrients in one to make an organic fertilizer. Because most of the 3 combination strategy is more of synthetic fertilizers or synthetic products. And they are causing that a lot of problems, environmental damages, health challenges. But ours is giving that solution. So it will replace the artificial NPK on the market. So you cannot stay in the innovation mood and you don't break even to move to commercialize it. First of all, you're going to be talked about as a hopeless innovator. That's why I'm referring those PhD guys. Actually, some of them lost their PhDs because some serious funders said, these guys cannot stay in the system for a long time. They kicked them out.
Yeah.
Because you're wasting time and resources. You use this resource, you go to the other one. You are like a prostitute of academia. You know? We don't want prostitution in innovation. No, it's a serious business.
Yeah, true.
It's a serious journey.
Results-oriented.
It must be result-oriented. We must touch a product at the end, and it turns into a business. So, guys, the innovation journey is very clear. You start from ideation through design thinking.
A very, very good concept, by the way.
Yes. Prove a concept or a prototype. Move from a prototype to a product. Get this product into a business. Impact society. Simple.
Like Elon Musk.
Become like Elon Musk, become like Thomas Edison, become like this guy of the polio vaccine, 1952, 56. 3 years, intentional.
Locking.
And then James of the
DNA.
of DNA, and then this guy of the vacuum
cleaner.
Vacuum cleaner. 10 years of intentional approach and resilience, and then it yielded into that journey.
Okay.
All these cases did not stay stuck in the mud. Get out of that mud. If you're stuck there and you're trying to get some mangoes and eating them when you are stuck in the mud.
Maybe if I can,
Yes.
how many years is staying too long? Because I know some people have stayed for like 2 years, 4 years.
I think that's my next question.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So thank you very much, Dr. Medard. Now, cognizant to that question, there are some people who are stuck
Yes.
in the ideation and prototyping stages.
Yeah.
But it's not because it is self-oriented, or it's because of some external factors
Yeah.
here and there. So many a time they tend to lose the morale to keep moving because of some of the factors that they can't control or they think are very vital. You may be able to tell us maybe some of the ways they could get out of there.
Yeah.
So we understand that even statistically in Uganda, business-wise, very many startups don't tend to see their first birthday. And there are some reasons as to why.
Yeah.
So what would be your word of encouragement or take to these young entrepreneurs, innovators who are stuck in the ideation phase? Because you've been in ideation for close to 10 years. It means you're not showing any signs of traction, which clearly indicates that if you stay there further, more, you may not be able to prototype, go to product development level, get an MVP, and thereafter enter the market. So what's your take? What do you think they should do better to get out of that nutshell?
Yeah, first of all,
You cannot ideate for 10 years.
People have been ideating for
I want to mention that innovation is a process. It's a journey. It's not a quick gain that you get in just a short period of time. So from the beginning, you have to exercise some level of patience with yourself and forgive yourself where you have some mistakes that you've committed directly to yourself. But in order for you not to get stuck in the mud, as per the question of Simba, you need to get a very committed team. Some of the people that have gotten into the mud, they lack a serious team. I have been in this space for now 7 years, for MUST. I always see and talk from experience. There are some people that get teams that are ad hoc teams for the sake of winning the grant. When the grant is won,
They become one man.
it becomes a one-man journey, and then they start building other teams. Or some other people are not serious, and they end up suffocating the team instead of building it. So you must strategically build a team that is interdisciplinary, that is solid, that is serious, that doesn't disappoint, that is reliable. The moment you move with a team, there are people who, I saw one time when this, is it called relay or something, where you're running with a stick.
Yeah, the short way and long way.
So they gave this young boy a stick. Instead of running, moving forward, he went behind. You see? He went. And everybody was cheering, so he thought he's actually making it. So he ran very fast until he was recollected that he's actually going back to the starting point. So there are people who keep pulling you as a team leader that you must abandon. So you must solidly get a team that will help you. Number two.
Doctor, maybe before you leave the team aspect,
yes, please.
Could you echo on that aspect of the interdisciplinarity, because it is very crucial from my experience.
Yes.
And many people don't seem to understand that prospect.
That's
Could
right.
you really delve deeper to tell us what you mean by it should be interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary in this aspect? Because I've seen many teams having friends from the same circles and something like that.
So the concept of interdisciplinarity, multidisciplinarity are now being called transdisciplinarity because the trends are now moving higher and higher. Transdisciplinarity stems on the fact that the problems we are solving are not in a silo. They are not, they are actually multifaceted. The concept of VUCA. They are volatile, they are uncertain, they are complex, and they are ambiguous.
VUCA.
VUCA.
Volatile.
Uncertain. Uncertainty. They are complex, and they are ambiguous. They are vague. Scenarios, globally. Those guys who are in antimicrobial resistance, you know what I'm talking about. You know, diseases are now manifesting here and there, and you give them this medication, they can't respond. That's the challenge we are facing. The issue of microorganisms, they are not the microorganisms we used to know. The protozoas, the bacteria, and the rest. They are now other manifestations of these bacterial, the microbes. Yeah. They are becoming very, very resistant. And they take a shape, they manifest differently. So because of appreciating that, on your team you must have different disciplines that can address this problem. Even when it is a healthy challenge, it's a medical challenge, but it needs an engineering component that is going to tackle it from the engineering angle. Now, you might handle it and integrate AI. So you need a computer expert.
That guy is an AI engineer.
This one?
Yes.
So you have to get this guy on board. Because we are talking about artificial intelligence in what you call integrative innovation. All the other aspects of innovation, you have to have artificial intelligence. So ICT cannot just stand alone. It has to go in the soils and test our soils. There's someone who was saying, there's a professor from South Korea who was saying, I have made an innovation. I can detect a disease without taking blood samples.
Yeah.
Okay? So I'm able to detect what disease you have by using AI. Okay?
Yeah.
Then your innovation is going to the market. It's going to be commercialized. So you need someone with a marketing background, a business background on your team. And you can keep building your team now and again to the extent that when it comes to the uptake of that innovation, you need a social scientist who is going to turn the minds of those who are going to take it up. Because VUCA, have you heard about VUCA?
Yeah.
VUCA is touching base. The minds are now, actually when I see this gentleman, I don't know what he's thinking about right now. He may be here or not here. Like now the mind might be on 15th of January. Okay? So, friends, that concept of VUCA, or that concept of the complexity of the challenges we are handling, must be handled in that way. I liked the speech of Cameroon at one time when he was the Prime Minister of UK. He said, simple questions require simple answers. But complex questions require complex answers. So we are no longer operating in a way that the world is normal. The world is abnormal.
Very abnormal.
So we must look at the integration of different disciplines to handle that. Then Maleka, the other second point relating to that of interdisciplinarity, of having a team, you must be able to lean on the shoulders of the giants. Especially when you find that you cannot manage yourself. That's why a short man, I'm an Arsenal supporter by the way as well.
Oh.
But I don't mind Manchester United because my wife is a supporter of Manchester.
Oh, that should be a nice point.
And now we have tried to pull some. One of them who has a birthday, by the way, today.
Wow. We shall sing happy birthday, guys, as usual. Yes.
Has converted this morning
to what?
To Manchester.
We shall not sing.
But tomorrow he might come back to Arsenal. But even if you're a short man, if you're watching football, why I brought Arsenal scenario, you must stand somewhere if the pavilion is not favorable, so that you can see somewhere that you cannot be able to see if you are naturally standing.
Why is Sankara shaking their head? I don't understand.
So I have seen short ladies buying these high-shoed shoes to make sure that they energize their potential.
They're adapting.
That's an adaptive mechanism.
Yes.
So that you can feel well and feel nice. So lean on the giant. Don't neglect giants. If you know someone is actually better than you, but you can collaborate on principle. There are some collaborations that are unprincipled. Collaborate on principle.
Go deeper.
So that you have clear arrangements. You sign MOUs, and they are very clear. They favor both of you. Then you operate together. That's why some giants like Ford combined with other giants.
Combined with Andrew
Carnegie to make sure that they break even. Because at some point, you find you're stuck. You cannot be alone. There are people who want to operate in silos. I can do it alone. Like those who used to read. They used to call them snakes.
In
school.
Yes.
You go somewhere and hide. I remember in my senior 4 when someone forgotten that
they do like this in exam.
Like this. So there was a paper that someone missed because he misread the time. He was a very big snake. And he misread the time. It was in the morning. He came in the afternoon to do the paper. And the paper was done.
Well deserved.
And he had to repeat the year. So some of you want to innovate and keep in your silos and don't want to collaborate.
There's a day we're in a paper.
Yeah?
Copying is bad, anti-copying. But that's a disclaimer. So some guy was writing a paper and like you're saying was like this. And then we are doing the paper, we just had a slap.
From who?
The neighbor slapped the guy. Open up your arms.
Why are you?
So thank you so much.
So like now we have the Mast Holdings company. If you know you are a young company that is starting,
That doesn't have the capacity.
Mbarara University is a giant. You know, the name is known. That's why Covidex was able to beat these other, is it Covinix in other places that were coming from the community. But because the professor was coming from Mbarara University, it made him even get the attention of the president. We have such giants, even globally. If Must has something that you can lean on, why don't you come on board? Sign an agreement with it. Be clear on the terms and conditions.
That's key. Be clear on the terms and conditions.
Yes. And then, you move higher where you may not have reached. If there is a very big pharmaceutical industry or an agricultural farm, and it can make you reach where you don't reach at the moment, Why not go there and reach out to them? The beauty of these institutions, they are very protective. The good news on 19th December, we got council approving the revised intellectual property and commercialization policy.
That's very serious.
Yes.
Oh.
So we
need like 1 hour or 2 hours of that specifically. It is very important
You know,
for the ecosystem.
but exactly.
Of course not now.
Not now, but
Not now, not now.
we'll have more of these discussions
Yeah.
on how that works. Because now the policy caters for co-ownership of intellectual property. It has some leverage for some percentage to the innovators. So we've made some amendments that we think are favorable. So don't run away. Some of you are associating with MAST. Don't run away. The conditions are very conducive. MAST can also work with Innovation Village, partner and do something. We can work with Silicon Valley of Africa and do something. Virigro. You know, Virigro is approaching us to work with us. You know, let's work together. We can't work in silos. In innovation, by the way, there is no competition. There is collegialism. Because all of us,
Let's repeat the word.
I'm hearing that word for the very first time.
you are not competing your colleagues. So there is collegialism. There is no competition. Because all of you are looking for solutions that are going to solve the most pain points in the community. You can't be a medical doctor and say, this patient, we should not treat him because the other patient is treating him. Some of you are in that field. You must save life. Guys, we are saving lives. The agricultural farmers are facing a lot of challenges. We need solutions for them. We can't say we are competing to develop something. If we find Bishop Stewart has done this, it's commendable. We can build on it, amend it, and create another solution. To me, that's the approach that I have in my capacity and as a person. I hope those 2 points for now can solve the challenge.
Now you have talked about cooperation and partnerships. In this hand, I'm holding a run which is organized. Some of you have seen. Yes, you have seen it. Zoom in on me. Focus on me and what I'm putting. So, Avoda wrote for us. I was showing to him, and I think they wrote to CITT also. And to different, even to Innovation Village, I'm sure it should have gone there and creative media and campus. So they're organizing an innovation run, and the purpose is to ensure that we get the secondary students, secondary school students, to come and be part of these kinds of engagements, innovation. By the time a person, like that gentleman you said, by the time a person leaves secondary, then they are actually able to come directly and look for CITT. Imagine, you have like 100 students who are just coming from senior 6, and they are saying, where is CITT? You get, isn't that wonderful? There are things I wish I knew when I was in year 1. I would never even, I thought about participating in an election as a political aspirant. The only person who gained in me participating was probably Sankara, because of the debates and everything, me talking a lot of nonsense there, and people, the views were coming, you know. But imagine if I'd come.
On his innovation.
Yes, on his innovation. Imagine if I'd come as a student and I just went direct to look for CITT and come up with the project, improve my ideas. I think it's really nice. And it's that age, 19 years, 18 years, where people are really thinking. That's when Zuckerberg started, right?
Exactly.
That's when the best of them start. So this run is geared towards that. We want to support the students to come and then be able to attend. So please, all of you here, there is no contact, so I can be a contact person. All of you, the kit is for 25K, and we wanted us to do something as entrepreneurs launch. Probably. We shall talk about it more in the group and other platforms. What if we sponsor, each person, each of us sponsors at least 2 students from any school of your choice. You can say, me, I'll get people from Nyakayojo. Nyakayojo, me, I want Intare, me, I want this. And then they come and participate and also get benefits of coming to such platforms. Isn't that cool? Yes. So that is 50,000 per person. 2 students, 25 per person, you get? But I'm talking about 2 students. You guys are entrepreneurs, you have money. That's what I think. So please look through it. Let's discuss it. We shall discuss it more in the group and see how far we go. Let me see those with questions or comments. Okay, let's put up the hand. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sankara 7. Edgar 8.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Natkonda Merita. So I had one question. You talked about memorandums of understanding, and I don't know if that's the right property. And you only talked about that have something that favors both of you. And honestly, we are going in a man-eat-man world because everyone is trying to get the most for themselves, and you're coming with no leverage. No one is going to help you. And in case you find you really need the funds, but the MOUs are not favoring you. So how do you handle it? And is there a safe space where you can get favorable MOUs? And also, when you talked about secondary school students that have things that can help. I remembered in July I went to Ontario that made, I think, a sort of, I can say a hackathon. Okay, they were just presenting projects and all that, and even UCU took part, and the organizers were students themselves. They're called Techness, so if you can look into them. I don't have any contact person. Okay, I have one who can connect to them, but they're called Techness, and they're onto something big.
The agriculture innovation.
No, tech.
Tech.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor. Mine is more about reflection and thinking into the future. A lot of these entrepreneurs and innovators, those that are dealing into technology, I want to ask, how is the CITT preparing them for what is already out in the market? I'm talking about AI. These people are innovating. They're trying to solve, problems in our community, but the AI that is outside is seeking to wipe them out. So, for instance, I'll give an example. 2 days ago, OpenAI launched ChatGPT Health. And this is now a model that can fully diagnose a patient based on your medical history.
So we don't need physicians anymore.
We don't need physicians anymore. Yes, we do need them, but the number is going to dwindle down.
Right.
The people who had health innovations that are solving one piece of the health sector, ChatGPT now combines everything from radiology to diagnosis to prescription. How are you having these entrepreneurs who are coming with these innovations, obviously seeking for funding, but when they get funding, the market tells them that, wait, we already have this solving this challenge. And I would think that possibly that is why some of these innovations are getting stuck on the shelves. Because what you're trying to innovate, someone is already doing better and on a global scale. So how is CITT saying, hey, look, you have a brilliant innovation, but this is how the market is operating, and we want to fine-tune it to how the market is operating.
Can get the third person.
Yeah, the third person. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr.
Please show
Medard.
your name. You may see it on the grant proposal and then
He's actually writing them here.
Oh yeah, Dr. Medard knows my name. I'm Emily. Yes, so my question goes to Mast Holdings.
Yes.
Yes, doctor. So my question goes to Mast Holding.
Yeah.
I would like to understand, because I've had Mast Holdings for so long,
Yeah.
and I understand you have innovators that are always coming up. I want to know, how far have you gone as Mast Holding? Then I'm also wondering, what does Mast Holdings do exactly? Especially in terms of commercialization, because we have Emma here. He has a product. I have not seen Emma in the market. So what is Mast Holding doing for Emma? Or he's just going to stay there for so long? Also, do you have like examples of people that have gone under Mast Holding as a success story of what is happening. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Emily. Thank you very much, Rita. And of course, my AI expert. These are brilliant questions. So to begin with Emily's question, first of all, Mast Holdings is new. Let's not forget that. It was registered on 5th of July,
This year.
2024. Then it started on building systems to make sure that everything is fine. We don't want to operate in a clandestine way. So we had to set up the board, we had to set up to recruit some people, the company manager. Now we have recruited the business development manager. We have the procurement person. So we've been building systems. But now we are set. So the way you're coming in is to just come and have an MOU, express your interest, and have an MOU with the Mast Holdings. Emma is not there because he's in the process. He has actually started because he has been notified. He received his notification on, was it 31st of December? So now he's ready because his product is notified and he can sell it on the market. The nature of his product, he couldn't take it to the market when it is not notified. So the Mast Holdings is open-minded to take up any innovator, any product that you think Mast can take to the market. How does it go to the market? You'll notice that as an innovator, you've been an administrator of your innovation, yet you're thinking, you've been a marketeer, you've been an IT person, doing everything basically. But now you have a structure that allows you to go there and think. You can come with your company or you can come with your product. So that you sign this MOU and agree on the roles and responsibilities, what you're going to do as you and what Holdings is going to do. We have a template of the MOU which can be shared, and you look at the template, it is customized accordingly. We have a manual, an operational manual you can read through, and now we have the intellectual and commercialization policy that has been approved. So all these can explain what it does. But we already have partnerships. We've had an international partnership with MTMS, Matrix Total Marketing Solutions, in developing medical diagnostic tools and kits. We've already registered a joint venture. That's one of the success stories. We've worked with African Coffee Park in Tunga Mrwashamire. We are now working on the coffee product so that it can come on the market. So we are working with Inspire Africa in Rwashamire. Some of you know the African Coffee Park. We've had 2 innovators that have just joined at the final stage of their MOU. That is Acolis with the Malik tincture. They're at the final stage of signing their own MOU. And then the FarmSun, from BioTrack Innovation, is called FarmSun. So you're welcome to come in. The challenge that I'm seeing, external people are coming in, take the advantage, and the internal people are still not sure. So what I'm recommending, we may not exhaust the Mast Holdings agenda. Let's have a specific time like this, discuss the Mast Holdings company. So that I focus on that, only that. What are the key principles? How does it work? How do you enter? Otherwise, it's a whole discussion. Yeah? But that's briefly what I can say, that it is a solid, institutionalized tool that is going to be semi-autonomous because it doesn't have bureaucracies of the university. You just come in, you deal with the management team, and it has a board that is independent. So the hassles of money, how do I get the money? it is very fast and it's a giant. Then the other question is on how CITT is preparing AI integration. My friend, this is where I started from VUCA, that there's a lot of uncertainties, complexity, volatility, ambiguity. We have to start from the market. I think that was my first point. Start from the market, because there are many dynamics that are happening. The moment you don't sit there and start innovating, then you end up being overtaken by AI. But in your innovation journey, if you find AI has moved this direction, you can see how to tune your innovation towards the AI-powered model. Because AI is a very unstoppable journey that we cannot afford. We can't stop it. We have to see how to work with it, how to use it, how to manage it. It's a very big revolution. So our innovation should also think in that line of AI. But we also need to train you. Now we've come up with training models, the webinars that are aiming at AI integration in our innovations. We've agreed on a quarterly basis training on AI. As must, we have also been able to develop an AI policy so that it can guide whatever is happening in the domain of innovation. Yeah? So that's what I can say. And then lastly, on the students, I hope I can get a contact. We need these students to come to the space. We need to start clubs in schools. CAMTech, one of the hubs under CITT, has started a program which we call robotics for young children. They are even now training high schoolers and very little children in primary schools on how to use robotic technology. So that is good that we can leverage on that. And the MOU, an MOU is called a Memorandum of Understanding. It's a Memorandum of Understanding. Both of you must understand each other. So it's not that you have a fixed position. You negotiate. That's why it is not static. You say you want this, the other party will say you want that. So this can come at that time when we are discussing this MOU, and then we are able to agree on your terms and conditions. But for Mast Holdings, it is very flexible to negotiate with you and come up with what you want.
Next question, please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Shimwe Diane, and my question to Doctor is, I think, okay, I know starting up something, having an idea from what has told us can be so overwhelming. To building it and you having been able to qualify to the CITT team and you pitch. So I do not know what CICT has in place for people like us who have participated in maybe manuscript writing and research proposals, but we don't know anything to do with formulating a prototype. So I do not know if CITT would have a platform, probably like maybe a YouTube channel or a podcast that teaches people the steps that are required, something people can learn from, so that the future innovators, they know how to do their thing. You're ambitious, you have ideas, but you do not know how to put them on table.
Yeah.
So I also don't know if CITT has a platform that can maybe join all the innovators, maybe to discuss about the future challenges that are going to be they are facing, some kind of like mentorship. I also think that would be helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Diane.
Yes. Yes, good evening once again to you. I'm Ezekiel Arho. When you were giving your 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 teachings. You talked about that before you start your innovation, you should first focus on the market needs. Like you identify a problem, then you focus on that problem. But I personally have tried to focus on some of the market needs. But I found out that some of the things need you to have some established funds so that you can establish those problem. You can focus on those problems that you have that you have found out as a market need. Um, I once thought of making repressing person papers around some time back when I was working somewhere. There was something called the ESG, environmental social government policy, whereby you have to change the protect. It was focusing on protecting the environment, and I sort of repressing person papers with something in form of envelopes and other things. But when I tried to calculate, I found out it needed a lot of fund, and I ended up not succeeding with the ideas I was having. So how could you advise someone who has identified the market need and the problem, but they don't have what it requires to do so that they can put their ideas in front? Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Once again, we are glad to host you, Doctor. So recently, but to be particular this week, there's been a trending video of a student at George Mason University versaing another big company in America that apparently just took on what he had actually patented with a university. While every other people, of course, were commenting about the whole case and the likes, I picked interest and liked the fact that it was actually the university lawyer that was defending the patent on behalf of this innovator. This is a guy that graduated, left long time ago, but because of the the partnership, the collaboration with the university, and the power that the university has, it is them defending him in court. And when you mentioned that you have a policy coming up for MUST, I picked interest equally and was interested in learning more when it comes to, what comes with actually, the protection of the creations. Basically, what actually the university comes with. I understand you tackled briefly around it for the earlier question, but if you could grab a minute or two to dive into for people who are, external, and I don't know, you said the external people are, kind of encroaching compared to internal, but
they are welcome.
So exactly, yeah.
They are more interested.
So yeah, I'm so much interested, definitely, in having an MOU with the university. But what comes with it, and this is not actually limited to only innovations. It could be business models. You have a studio, for instance, at Chihumuro that we can jointly commercialize.
That's right.
It doesn't necessarily have to be really much innovative, but at least even with the business sides. Then, as you conclude, you could also tackle or drop a line around mindset, the entrepreneur mindset. Quite often I've met it in almost every other speakers and the most literature that I've met, that it actually takes mindset. Most of the questions we are asking are actually answered by your own mindset that you carry. So if you could drop a line as you conclude. Otherwise, very glad that you can create such a time and engage us. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sankala. Can we have the last one? That was the last one? Yeah.
Yes, good evening. I'm Mbarara Ezra, and my question is in line with what Sankara ended with. So my question is, how do you foster a growth mindset in individuals, especially entrepreneurs who apply for like CITT? Because Victor talked about rejection, and some people don't handle rejection as well. Like, you may reject someone's proposal and then tell them to improve on something, but then they only look at the rejection and they don't improve on their innovation. They just go back and shelf the idea and look for something new. Yet if they improved what if they added the advice you gave them, it would have been much better. And then secondly, she mentioned a problem, and I want to pitch to CITT, but I think after you've answered her question.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you very much.
No, you asked also for contribution. Yeah, so thank you so much, Doctor, for making the time. And also, I think for a good job. I remember there was a time when we had an email thread with CITT. There was, I think, a gentleman, I don't know whether the lecturer from one of the faculties who was questioning the scope and that CITT was going only towards one direction of agriculture, something around that. And I remember, because of some knowledge of CITT I had at that time, I responded to those emails vividly. Yeah, to the extent that Bongoloshi told me I should get a PR job.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
Nice. You need to shake my hand.
Great, thank you. Yes. So I think I just wanted to say I thank you for the good job. And also I also would like maybe to suggest maybe we could have a date, maybe that we could discuss, but we can discuss the IP scope so far of that policy. I think very important. Yes, and Flamas Holdings. Otherwise, asante sana.
Thank you very much, friends. Allow me to respond to them, but not so much in detail because of the time. First of all, let's have an agreement that the IP and commercialization policy, the Must Holdings company, will have separate discussions. So those are big aspects. But just for the sake of answering the question that Sankara brought on board, on protection of the creations, it's not the first time we are having the intellectual property policy. We had one in 2021, which some innovators were not comfortable with.
Me inclusive.
And this guy kept on saying, but it is not favorable. And I saw that. And as universities, we have to protect the integrity of both the innovator, but also the university. So you have to create a trade-off. You can't just see in one direction. So we pursued the revision process. So this policy is going to be online very soon, because it was approved on 19. Take time and read it. I think it's a good policy, because it talks about all the facets for products, for licensing, IPs, for consultancy, services, all the aspects of innovation. And the most important part that I personally pursued has been on having the non-disclosure agreement. Because oftentimes we used to hear some people steal other people's innovations. And I didn't want that to happen. At least some of you have come to the space that have been trying to emphasize that. So, every person who comes to the innovation space, innovation ecosystem, must sign the non-disclosure agreement. Whether you are a trainer, whether you are a staff, even personally, I have to sign it, and I signed one. So that safeguards the integrity of the innovator. We've also worked out the certification which I talked about of TISC, the Technology and Innovation Support Center. So now URSB and WIPO, they come directly on ground and file with us. So the process is now becoming more quicker and faster. We've had 2 times when they have come and worked with innovators, and they have filed. And we are looking at increasing our patents that are filed by 3 times the way we used to do, because we have that platform. If you realize that why Uganda is 117 in the Global Innovation Index, one of the challenges is that we don't file our patents and other intellectual property. But also we have not been able to recruit full-time research and development staff. Now we are happy that at CITT we have 2 full-time staff that don't teach, but their work is research and development. We have a commercialization officer, Madam Anna Mwichirize. She is full-time there. Her job is to make sure that right from ideation, she has identified the business potential of this innovation. And she works with you to make sure that it comes to fruition, it goes to the market. And she's doing a good job. The second part is on how to build the capacity of prototyping and technology development. So we have a senior prototyping and technology development officer, Mr. Martin Mukama. He's an engineer, software engineer. He used to work with Camtech. He has a rich knowledge in that area. So I invite you to always come. Diane, a lot is happening. Just come. Visit the space. Come with your idea. We are going to work with you because these 2 staff are there. Some of us jump here, go to teach, supervise PhDs, do what? But for them, their job is to support innovators full time. We have now agreed to conduct trainings outside the seed grant trainings. So this year we have scheduled a number of trainings in design thinking, ideation. The calls are going to be out. Not necessarily targeting the grant, but building the capacity of the innovators. And you have realized that over time, we've not been giving the grant without training. It has a component of capacity development. Even when you don't get the grant, you can still get it somewhere else and compete and get awards even better than what is being availed. So that's the model we are pursuing, and this year we are going to have many trainings in capacity development. So Diane, be prepared to come and train in prototype development, patent application, IP, and many other trainings outside the domain. We have also introduced something new. We call them innovation quarterly barazas with industry, to bring the industrial players on board from the market. They listen to your ideas, you pitch, then they can pick them up. We increase what someone talked about of the financial challenges. He talked about the financials being stuck. There are many people with money outside there in industry, but they don't know where to put this money. So we want to tap into them. They have the money, but they don't have people with solutions. So what I saw in Belgium, in the mind and maker space, for them, the industry comes, listens to these ideas, and then advise which ideas are based on their industrial needs and demands. So that in that way you are helping to boost the financial capacity of the innovators. And this is where we are going. So that every quarter we invite 10 industrial players. Actually the first baraza is going to be in March. We have already programmed it. We have invited 10 industries. They are going to come to MUST, sit with innovators. We are going to ask innovators to come and pitch their ideas. And then you are able, if you're lucky, or if you have a solid idea, they can work out an arrangement. We want to safeguard you because the university is feared than when you're outside there. So we want a situation where they work with you in the university under that arrangement so that you have your safeguards. Otherwise, there are many lions that are ready to take you up. and take the idea and split it into many things. The platform for mentorship, we have a mentorship and coaching policy or manual. And that's why I'm welcoming you to the innovation co-creation space, so that you meet with some of these. We have a profile, a database of mentors that we can assign you to, and you work with them to develop your products. So Ezekiel funding, you lean on the giant, but also the barazas are going to create some solution. And we are also lobbying government probably to increase the research and innovation funding for MAST. Because Makerere gets 30 billion every year. MAST can't get 1 billion, and then 30% is going for innovation, which is 300 million. That is a peanut, you know? It doesn't even help one project to come to life. But we've been trying our best. That's why the Malekas have these products. That's why Eden is coming up with certain products. Why? Because we wanted to make sure we demonstrate value for money. Once they have seen what we've done, then we go back and say, please increase our profile. So we hope money will come, like Honorable Matia Kasaija says. Money is coming.
Money is
it has
coming.
started coming, so it will come. We now have new initiatives that are happening. The College of Health Sciences being built and all that. We've seen the budget of MAST increasing. We hope the innovation fund will also increase. And lastly, the mindset. Mindset, very important. You're very right and spot on. It is one of the major enemies of innovation. One, I talked about the brown envelope after our studies. Remember, in Uganda, I don't know if you have heard about the NET concept. NET, N-E-E-T, NET. Uganda is at 42.6% of NET. NET means not employed, not educated, not in education training institution, and not training. You're not employed, okay? But you're also not in training. You are not participating. So the youth between 15 and 24 years, actually 30 years, who are in NET are 42.6%.
Oh, wow.
Of the population of the youth.
About 50%.
About 50%. Take note that Uganda currently has 72.3% people who are below 30 years. So the biggest population is the youth. You're the guys. So if the mindset doesn't change, with our unemployment at 64 to 70%, with every year many universities churning out university graduates in tertiary institutions and universities, where 700,000 graduates come out every year, but we are only taking up 90,000 graduates every year on formal employment. Remember, 80% of the youth are the ones that are participating. 80% of people in informal sector are youth. Therefore, we have a problem that we must solve. We must change our mindset. We must go that way of innovation, use our mind to make money. We must make sure we become entrepreneurs, because the brown envelope is going to take us into the hell that we have never imagined. We really need to move and twist our mind towards creating more jobs for others. The positive deviance model. You start a company, because universities are measured on spin-offs. How many spin-offs have you been able to make? So when I had different companies introducing themselves here, these are possible spin-offs. And don't run away. The challenge that you have is running away.
And I think also that requires mindset
change. Why run away? It's a celebration that Eden is a company.
People
Okay?
have this
That Maleka is a company.
People have this mentality that I would rather not make any profit, or would rather not see light of day than partner with someone.
Than
Be
partner
under
with
big
someone.
giants. They want to be like, this is my.
That's not being serious,
my
Maleka.
innovation.
Because remember, last year, 2025 and 2024, over 200,000 companies were deregistered by
What is the
Uganda Registration Services Bureau. Why?
5,000.
Because these companies were not able to manage the operation of the company. You can't file returns. You cannot manage. You actually registered and abandoned. In simple phase, some people were even defrozen on their accounts. Nothing remained. You know, some of you were victims, maybe. I can see some of you could have been victims, and then you're struggling to re-register.
Actually, Doctor, just point of information.
Yes.
50,003 companies deregistered by the end of December 2025. 50,000.
Now that is only December 2020. No, that is 2025. But look at 2024. 200,000. Some were deregistered in July. It's on record. Some were deregistered around September or November. But 2024, 200,000 companies were deregistered. So it's good to start a company. It's good to start a company. I also have one, the Center for Research Uptake in Africa. But it is also important to collaborate with the giants. It's also important that you go to being alone as a standalone when you are able to. If you're not able to, be with someone. Work with them as long as you have principled arrangements. So guys, it's all fun. Go ahead, be entrepreneur, start businesses, innovate. It is no longer about publish or perish. It's about innovate
or perish. Thank you very much, Dr. Medard. So that has been so much elaborate, and you're indeed knowledgeable. And this is practical knowledge we are talking about, evidence that you've really been in this space for quite a while, and everything is now tangible as we speak. So, Dr. Medard, we thank you for your time, and as we get to the end of this session, we normally have what we call the rapid fire. And rapid fire, just for context, it is a free session where we fire you a few questions that don't require thinking, they don't require. It's just your opinion, what you think, or what you want, or what you know. But before that, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you personally that I've been able to go through the Center for Innovations and Technology Transfer at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. Many times, actually, the first times I did see light of day, and I was a little bit frustrated. I'm like, but why? This is a good idea.
Yeah.
Many times, like 3 times at first. But later on, I am glad to say that I saw light of day 2 times as a principal investigator of a project, and also 5 times as a member of a winning team, which is something I don't take for granted because it has helped me personally to go to international spaces, and I attribute all of that to the trainings we had at CITT. But that was just a by the way. Thank you very much. So we shall give you the rapid fire. Okay. And after that, you'll be able to give your closing remarks. Okay. And then we call it the end of the day. So Dr. Medard,
yes, please.
For the times I've met you, the entire time, I've never seen you in casual wear. And as you can see, it's not coincidence. Victor and I
and I've seen it for a long time. I've also never
casual
seen
wear.
casual wear.
So the question is,
okay.
When do you consider wearing casual wear, and why or why not? Because they're not sure if you actually do.
Well, I put on some casual wear actually, but only that most times I'm formal. And this orientation came when I was elected the head boy in P6. And I've been a leader all through, including being a guild president.
Wow.
And therefore, I noticed that I needed to have a certain stature of outlook, that I have to be formal in the public. And then I took up the responsibility of my family as the head of the family at a tender age. So I tend to be serious, make sure that I a little bit, not to become too informal, but I put on t-shirts. You'll be shocked when you see me in t-shirts and some shorts.
Some
shorts?
Yes.
So can you
Especially
like Edgar shorts?
Yes.
Okay, Dr. Medard.
Especially when I'm running twice a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. You run?
I run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I need to do it.
It's going to go for the Avoda run.
Yeah,
Okay, second question.
Yes, please.
Innovation for impact or innovation for entrepreneurship?
I would go for both.
Okay, thank you very much. Next question. Ken Rogers or Dolly Parton?
Dolly Parton.
Why?
I like both of them, but Dolly Parton sang a song, Coat of Many Colors.
Yeah.
I'm sure most of
it inspires me a
the
lot.
Gen Zs may not know, but
They don't know?
Like that lady sitting. You know.
because it's the main anyway.
Oh.
So next question. Mbarara University of Science and Technology or another university?
Must. Oh yeah, succeed we must.
Okay, finally, what is the best capital young entrepreneurs need? Is it funds, social capital, or their reputation?
I think you want one?
Yes.
I think you start from building social capital.
Okay.
Then it gives you other forms of capital.
All right.
My friend wants.
So, doctor, when I finish mine, then we shall be done. Maybe, I don't know, do you want to say something?
Closing remarks.
Your closing
My
remarks?
closing remarks. I want first of all appreciate this forum. The founders did a great job.
There's flowers. Come on. Yes.
Guys, this is what we need. Some people call them fireside chats.
Okay.
They are informal. They are relaxing. Can take your coffee. When I was in Europe, we used to do this. I used to attend most of these. The time I spent in Europe during my postgraduate training. So we need this. Don't kill it. It's an innovation.
Yeah.
Don't kill it. Let it continue and grow. If you can even have funding for it, why not? So that people are relaxed. I know the way we came, we are not going the same.
Definitely.
Personally, I'm also not going the same because I've learned from you. You've learned from me. So keep moving forward. Uganda needs you. These gains must be protected.
Okay, now I see where we are going.
Let us ensure that whatever mind that you have started thinking through, protect it, please.
Protecting gains or in Uganda?
Protect the gains. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Happy birthday, dear Ithani. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ithani.
You look
To you.
Happy birthday,
dear Ithani. Yes, you guys are good singers.
Yes.
The
Thank you
only
very
difference is that the voice they are going to hear is mine because I'm putting on this. And it's there. I had it last time. I was going. So the second last thing I'm talking about, I've talked about the innovation run. So, Dr. Medard, when you were talking, we realized you created this space, and we found it. You said you started the CITT, and truly, if it wasn't for CITT, I wouldn't be here. Probably Eliud wouldn't have been also in the same line, and very many other people. We agree, right? But what that has created is a ripple effect. You know, things are happening. Avoda is now here. So Avoda is, you know, Professor Joel, your colleague.
Yes.
I started this Avoda Innovations, and like I explained, the run is specifically to get more innovators to come into the space that people like Dr. Medard have really tried to put in place, right? So we request, like I said, the Entrepreneurs Launch. Can I see at least hands of people who are willing to pay for 2 students of your choice? Yes, that is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, okay, 1 student, 25K. Of course, Emily is in. Okay, and others we shall be able. Yes, Emily's hand is up. That is really nice. And others we shall be talking about it in group. We need to really support and bring this ecosystem to make it even better. I know we shall try to talk more about it. Probably we should try to get Professor Joel here, right? One day. I'm going to ask him after I've remembered. So it would be really nice, and then we see, okay? So if the seat you are seated in, and please don't talk about people we have talked about. Which other person do you think should come and have a chat with us?
Have you brought Edward Kazire?
Not yet.
Can think about him.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So we shall bring Dr. Edward Kazire of Kazire, right? Yes. So for my final questions, and guys, thank you so much for being here. You look good. The new year is taking you very, very well. Yes. So, first question. One habit every innovator must build.
Mindset change.
Mindset change it is. You have to finish this sentence precisely.
Okay.
Innovation is.
Innovation is the only pathway we can solve societal problems.
You are giving perfect answers. You know, when you ask rapid questions, we want you to say imperfect answers, but you are truly on point. Which university model in the world do you look up to when it comes to innovation?
MIT. I think it's the best that I can. I have been actually benchmarking it.
Wow.
So I'm building an MIT for Musk.
Wow. I think that's nice. Next question. If there is any person, dead or alive, you would wish to have a conversation with, who would that be? Come on.
No, I've read Albert. So I think Albert inspires me.
Albert Einstein.
Einstein.
Oh.
Inspires me. And if he was alive, I would shake his hand.
Wow. I thought about that also to have a conversation with him, but then I realized I would not understand anything, probably. No, Thomas Edison had a conversation, was asked the same question, and was like, I do not understand anything he says, but all I know, it works. So, finally, second final, what is your best Ugandan song?
My best Ugandan song.
Yes. Kaba. You know Kaba? You know it?
I know Kaba.
Yeah.
But I think my best Ugandan song is Obujulizi.
Hey, by Silver Children. One of my best songs. You don't know it. You see? This guy doesn't know Silver Children. He knows Kaba. Kaba.
I know Robert Chagulanyi.
My blazer. And finally, for the generational question, the greatest debate that has ever existed in the world, forever and ever. And I hope you said the right thing.
Other ways. The greatest debate.
The greatest, yes, debate for humankind. But okay, it's not even supposed to be a debate. But anyway, some people force it. That's why it is serious. Messi or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo.
You understand the fan?
I'm even surprised really.
I used to like Ronaldo before I supported Arsenal. So he has been one of my best players internationally. Leave alone his crying and emotions, but he has been.
I'm always surprised by people who say Ronaldo. No. Okay, let us not go there. But once again, we thank you so much, guys. Let's give a big hand clap to Dr. Medard. I'm sure he has gotten your faces, your names, and I'm 100% sure. Probably, like imagine. I don't know where Mutiaba has gone, but
he normally mentions our names at
yes,
international spaces.
International spaces. You know, when Dr. Medard was here, he was mentioning Athomas. If somebody knows your product in that way, then definitely, sooner or later, right, you'll be there. So thank you so much, Dr. Medard. We are really grateful. And to you guys, you are doing a great job. Keep innovating, keep cooking, whatever you are doing, and we hope that next time things will get better. See you guys. Thank you so much.